Hello friends, so we'll move towards the next part, that is the control system. So as shown in the figure, we'll be having the input and the output source. In between we have the closed loop and open loop control system. So let us see the one by one part. So first here in this presentation we will see the concept of automatic controls, then open loop and closed loop control systems, concept of feedback systems, requirement of an ideal control systems, then types of the controllers. So in that one, proportional controllers, integral controllers, proportional integral controllers, then proportional integral differential controllers. These are the different kinds of the controllers are there. So we will see and we will discuss one by one in this presentation. So for us, let us see why automatic control systems are required. What is the purpose? What is the need of automatic control system? So whether if we are doing with a manual one, so what is the disadvantages or what are the limitations we are having? If we adopted the automatic control systems, then what are its uses? What is advantages? So how it is going to fulfill our requirements and how it is going to overcome about the manual systems. So let us see here. The automatic control has played a vital role in the advance of the engineering and the science. That's obviously we know in the most of the engineering sections we are using the automatic control systems on. It is more important in the space vehicle systems, missile guidance systems, robotic systems, modern manufacturing and industrial processes. So the space vehicle systems, in that also we can use, means the vehicle will be in the space but we can control in our control room only. So that will be the helpful for the automatic control system. So for example, missile guidance systems also we can use for the automatic control part. So for example here, numeric control of machine tools in the manufacturing industry, numeric control machines. So we have already some of the control systems are there, means the NC machines and CNC machine, that is the numeric control machines, computerized numeric control machines. So means there will be no any manual work, everything will be automatic. If you push a button, so the work will be going to start. So design of autopilot systems in the aerospace industry. So suppose in the vehicle, that is a aerospace industry, if the person, means if a controller who is going to pilot the vehicle, that is the aeroplane, so if he is having any of the problem, he can put the aeroplane in the autopilot mode, so that it will be going to automatically control the everything systems. Then design of cars and trucks in the automobile industry, then speed governors, etc. In almost all the automobile sector also, most of the cases the automated systems are going to use. That is nothing but automation, we can call it as a automation system. Why automatic control systems are required? It is also essential in the industry operations, as a controlling the pressures, controlling the temperature, controlling the humidity, controlling the viscosity and the fluid flow process. Everything, anything we can control with the help of the automatic control systems in the manufacturing industry or any of the industries. So automatic controls help in attaining optimal performance of dynamic systems. Sorry, optimal performance of dynamic systems, then improving productivity, relieving the rigidity of many routine repetitive manual processes or operations also we can control with the help of automatic control system. So let us see here one example is there. So in this example, so this example is called automatic water level controller and automatic engine speed controller. In the both the conditions we can also control the things. So let us see the diagram. So let us see the diagram. Okay. So here in this diagram, so as in the upper part we are having the supply valve, that is the part opening, so that is going to fill the tank, and then the lower side we are having the load valve, that is the part open, means it is going to open for maintaining the water. So when the water level is going to up in the tank, so that is going to, the water level is going to touch the float, so that float is connected with the fulcrum, so that is going to indicate, to stop the supply valve, means the supply valve is going to shut down or the supply valve is going to off. So when the float is going to upward direction, so it is going to push the supply valve open directly. So this will be the automatic control of the water level controller. So same way here also automatic engine speed control, automatic engine speed controls also there. So we are having the two arms here, so that is the left side arm and the right side arm, and we are having the spindle in between that is connected with the arms, then the fly ball, links, sleeves, and brake lag lever, supply of the working fluid, throttle valve, bevel gear operation, everything will be as shown in the figure. Okay, the concept of the automatic controls, let us see. An automatic control system is a preset closed loop control system that require no operator or no human requirement. Here in this continuation of the action means here we are going to use the feedback system. If anything happens or anything having the problem, the feedback, that feedback will be sent to the again input system. So automatic control uses application of mechanism to the operation and regulation of process without continuous direct human intervention. Are you getting my point? Means here there will be no any human intervention will be there, so that will be totally depend upon controlling with the help of the feedback system. The feedback system or the feedback device is a device which will be giving continuously feedback to the input machine. So according to the given by the feedback to the input is going to change, so that will maintain continuous operation. This assumes the process remains in the normal range for the control system. Okay, an automatic control system has a two process variable associated with it, that is a controlled valve and the manipulated variables. Control variable and manipulated variable. Control variable are the fixed variables, and manipulated variables are we are going to manipulate, mean we are going to change the values. A control variable is a process variable that is maintained at the specified value or with a specified range, means we are going to set a range here in the control variable, means so we will be having the minimum and the maximum value. So whatever the control system will be there, that will be under the minimum and the maximum value itself. In the previous example, the storage tank level is controlled variably. So concept with the automatic controls. A manipulated variable is a process variable that is acted on by the control system to maintain the controlled variable at the specified value or with a specified range. Here there will be we are going to specify the range, so under the specified range only it is going to operate. Okay, the functions of the automatic control system. So what are the functions here in any automatic control system? The four basic functions that occur in this one, so that is the measurement, compression, computation, and the correction. So these are the four main basic functions that will be come under the automation part or automatic control system. So let us see the basic definition. So system will be, what is a system? So how is going to work? A system is a combination or an arrangement of a different physical component which act together as an entire unit to achieve certain objective. So we are going to set a objective in a system, so that system will be work with a certain achievements, means we are going to set some of the objectives to the system, so under that objective only the system is working, means the system is nothing but a combination or a set of arrangement of the different physical components. Means for example engine is having the compressors of different physical components which we are going to set, and we can call it as a single engine. But a single engine can have the number of different physical components. So when we are going to assemble or when we are going to compile with all the elements or all the physical components, that single compressors is called as a system. So for example, a classroom is a physical system, so where a room along with the combination of benches, blackboard, fans, light arrangement, etc. can be called as a classroom, which acts as an elementary system. So that's entire system, means whatever the system is there, that system is comprises with the different physical components. Okay, so in a classroom, professor is delivering his lecture, example we are saying, it becomes a control system as he tries to regulate, direct, or command the students in order to achieve the object which is input good knowledge to the students. Means a professor or a lecturer is going to deliver a lecture, so that going to deliver a lecture means that he is going to give the input. So according to the input, the students are going to gain the knowledge, so that is the output part. Means entire thing, classroom, a classroom is a system that comprises of the faculty, lecturers, students, benches, blackboards, chalk paste, light tubes, etc. Everything will be continuously working in a simple manner. So that setup is called as a system. Next, the plant. The proportion of system which is be controlled or regulated is called as a plant. A portion of a system which is to be controlled or regulated is called as a plant. Example, let us see the mechanical devices. As I said, the example as a engine we can take. Last we have taken the engine, so let us take as a gearbox. Example as a gearbox. The gearbox will be assembled with the many of the different types of the gears, so that single gears will be acting separately, but compilation of the all the different kinds of the gears will be giving to a gearbox system. So a plant may be piece of equipment, perhaps it's just a set of the machine parts. This is called as a plant. Then processes. Any operation to be controlled is called as a process. So if you are controlling any of the thing, so that will be called as a process. Means a car is a complete system. So you are driving a car and you are controlling the car, means you are controlling the system. So that controlling the system is called as a process. Means you are applying the gas, you are pushing the brake, you are pushing the accelerators, etc. Though that entire thing will be called as a processes. Then controller. The element of the system itself or external to the system which controls the plant or the process is called as a controller. So example is taking as a car. So the car is having the different kinds of the parts. If you are going to means at the 60 km per hour you are traveling, suddenly a problem is occurred and you are going to stop with the help of applying a brake. So that applying a brake system is called as a controller. So that is going to control the entire car system. Or as example we can go with the putting off or on the fan, bulb, etc. If you push the button is going to on, then the bulb is going to glow. Or if you put a on button of the fan, so the fan is going to start to rotate. So if you off that one, so that is on and off is called as a controller. The button is a controlling system. So let us see here the diagram part. Set values, comparators, errors. So whatever the error will be there, so that will be continuously giving the feedback to the input, then controller and the process. So everything will be done under the process. If anything happens or anything having the disclaimer, that will be giving sent back to the input, means that it is going to send the feedback to the input system. Again, according to the input system, it is going to change. This is called as a entire control system. So that control system controls the processes and controllers will be there. So that controllers will be the manipulating values. So that will be give the manipulate the values according to the requirement of the processes. So let us see the next part. So that is the input and the output part. So what is meant by basic definition of the input? It is an applied signal or an excitation signal applied to the control system from an external energy sources in order to produce a specified output. In order to produce a specified output, for each system there must be excitation and system accepts it as a input. Means anything if you are going to give a value to the system, so that is called as a input value or input we can call it the output. So whatever you are getting the result of that input under the processes, so that is called as the output. Means let us see here. So it is a particular signal or interest or the actual response obtained from the control system when input is applied to it. Means obtained from the control system. So whatever you are going to give the input, that input will be worked under the controllers. So that will be sent to the processes. In the processes, the entire process is going to happen. So after that, whatever it is going to give the output, means whatever going to give the result, that result is called as the output results. Okay, so this is the basic definition of the input and the output part. Then next, the disturbances. Next part is called as the disturbances. So what are the disturbance will be occurred here? So let us see. The disturbance is a signal which tends to adversely affect the value of the output of a system. When you are going to give the input, So that input is sent to the controller through sent to the processes through the controller. If anything happens, means anything changes, means our output is not as much as desired, our required level, then there is a disturbance of the errors. So disturbance are undesirable or unavoidable effects beyond our control, generated from outside pressure, outside process environment, and from within. So it may be depend upon the outside atmospheric condition or inside the processes conditions. So that should not be avoidable, but we can give the feedback to the input. So according to the changes, it is going to change continuously the input and according to the requirement of the output. If a such disturbance is generated with the system itself, is called as the internal disturbance. If anything happens wrong, if anything goes wrong in between the controller or processes, that is called as the internal disturbance. So whereas the external disturbance is called as the disturbance generated outside the system. So outside effect will be called as the outside or external disturbance. So for example, the pressure of the disturbance is one of the main reason of the using control, the pressure. So we should maintain the pressure. If there is any variations in the pressure, so then that will be going to give the disturbance to the system. Okay. So let us go for the next part, that is the classification of the control system. So one is a natural control system, that is the universe or the human being. Universe is the entire control system that we are having the three different sections, on the winter, summer, and the rainy seasons. So in the every seasons there is a different atmospheric condition. So that is given by universally, or the human body. Human body is a fully control system. So whatever you are going to see and whatever you are going to act, so how you are going to act, that will be controlled by the brain, and the brain is going to send signals to the hand. According to the signal, the hand is going to act. So if anything happens, again the hand is going to send the feedback to the body through the eyes. Eyes is going to see, it is a observer. Then man-made control system, that is the vehicles or aeroplanes. Though these are the man-made control systems. Okay. So vehicles and the aeroplanes are done by the humans only, but we are having the control for that vehicles. So manual control system, that is the room temperature regulation via electric fan, water level controller. Then room controller, room temperature. So if you are using the room temperature or room heater, so we can control the room heater according to the requirement of the temperature. If we require the more temperature, means more heat in the room, we can increase the heater, or if you require the less, we can decrease the heater values. Or electric fan, if you require the more air from the fan, we can increase through the regulator from the number 1, 2, 3, like that. If you require the less amount of the air, we can reduce the fan speed with the help of the regulator. Then automatic control system, that is a room temperature regulating via AC. So that is air conditioning, that will give you the according requirement according to the room temperature. Means if we suggest the room temperature should be 25 degree or 26 degree, if it is varies, automatically the AC is going to on, and it will be going to maintain continuously the room temperature as a 26 degrees Celsius. If it is exceeds the 26 degree, again it is going to start the AC. If it is less than 26 degree, again it is going to shut down. Means it is continuously going to have the regulated fixed control valve, that is the 26 degrees Celsius, means it is going to continuously maintain. So that is the example for the room temperature regulator via air conditioning system. Then human body temperature control. These are the different kinds of the classification of the control system, that is the natural control systems, man-made control systems, manual control system, then automatic control systems, etc. Okay. The further part we will see in the next class. Thank you.